Hi, welcome to SBR TV. I'm Peter Loshak with a special summary report and update on the recent major upheaval in the offshore sportsbook industry involving two of the most reputable and popular books around, the Greek and sister book Bet Jamaica, leaving the U.S. market. In summary, SBR poster favorite Bet Jamaica closed shop for good, and the Greek, which was an industry leader that took all action at high limits, serving professionals and whales alike, stayed open but left the U.S. market. All of the players with closed accounts were sent over to Heritage, a very well-regarded invitation-only book. So all the U.S. players previously at the Greek and Bet Jamaica do still have a top-rated book to play at, but the move caught everyone by surprise, and there's been a lot of questioning and speculation about what happened behind the scenes and why, and what can be expected in the future. So to help sort everything out, I sent some questions via email to Mike, a manager at Heritage, and here's what he had to say. With regard to why this all happened, he wrote back to me, quote, "I think the Greek was just tired of all the grief you have to deal with in today's market. I think it's that simple." I also asked if the Greek bought Heritage, as some have speculated, and Mike said to me, quote, "The Greek has no financial interest in Heritage. He just wanted to find a good home for the clients who have been loyal to him for all these years. He felt we were the best choice." Based on other people I've spoken to about this, there does seem to have been no immediate direct pressure from the U.S. government or from anyone else, and it appears that it was just a personal choice on the part of the Greek's owner not wanting to deal with the environment in the U.S. market, and especially not after Black Friday. Another thing people have been wondering about is what will happen to the new accounts at Heritage that are sharp or non-recreational, as Heritage has always been known to be a standard rec book that shows winners the door. Now Heritage will have all the professional accounts that the Greek willingly took, as well as some accounts from people who used to play at Heritage but were shown the door for one positive EV reason or another. I asked Mike about both of these groups, and here's what he had to say. About former Heritage account holders, he said, quote, "They will be able to play." And about the Greek's openly professional accounts, he said, quote, "One of the Greek's wishes was that we build a team to deal with all the customers he had, including the professionals. He's offered his support to help us accomplish this." So for now, at least, it does seem like Heritage has plans to keep winners around, which may seem dubious to some, but that is what Mike is saying. And I do also know that former SBR moderator Gantro, a well-known quantitative expert and popular brain in the handicappers think tank at SBR, recently joined the team at Heritage. We haven't confirmed yet that Gantro's role at Heritage will be to help manage risk with sharp accounts on board, but it's probably a good guess that he may have something to do with that if Heritage is in fact going to keep winning accounts around long term. With regard to what Heritage's line offerings will be, Mike told me that Heritage does plan to get as close to offering what the Greek and Bet Jamaica offered as possible, although not right away. Mike wrote to me, quote, "The Greek is a tough act to follow, but that's exactly what we're going to try and do." And with regards to props, which was a particular area of expertise at the Greek, Mike told me, quote, "We have not booked the variety of props that the Greek does. He has offered his temporary expertise to help us start our own prop department." People have also been wondering how long this has been in the works, why customers didn't get told about it sooner, and why it happened so seemingly quickly and abruptly. I asked Mike about this, and he responded to that. "Again, I think the Greek just had enough and wanted to find a good home for his clients. He approached the owner of Heritage in early July with this deal before we sent out our invitations." So if that's the case, then the whole thing from offer to completion took less than a month and was not in the works for a long time, as some have speculated. And then finally, I asked Mike about payouts in general for all the new customers, and I asked him why Bet Jamaica and the Greek didn't just process withdrawals for players who didn't want to transfer to Heritage. Mike wrote back about that, quote, "Part of the transition was for Heritage to assume the processing platform that the Greek had. The majority of the players' balances are held by these processors, so after the transfer, we wound up with the players' money. We are paying out by default. The Greek was sensitive to this issue, so to add an extra level of comfort for the player, he added his personal guarantee on all money transfers." Mike also added that the payout options and max payouts will be the same as what the Greek and Bet Jamaica offered, and that Heritage will also honor any unused free plays that former Bet Jamaica customers had. So that's the basic gist of what we know right now about the whole Greek Bet Jamaica Heritage deal, with some input and clarification straight from the horse's mouth. To find out more details about this and to discuss it further, go to sportsbookreview.com and the Sportsbook and the Industry Forum at sbrforum.com. For SBR TV, I'm Peter Loshak.